whole crew tonight. I see Bonne Terre was the first one here. Living garden. Boom, get a rat trap bigger than a cat trap. Oh, you all don't want to get me started. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, Nunda, it's the Pratt pack.
The Pratt.
Wait, Nunda is Bonne Terre Homestead?
Chaos and Grace. Yes, thank you for catching us live. We appreciate it. John Jones. Is that the MMA fighter? No, I'm just oh, 1870s Homestead. Rachel and Todd said they just got done watching you guys try the spicy sausage. You guys don't even know. I put the video up this morning.
You did?
Yep.
That was yummy.
Did it?
Yeah, that.
Humble homesteaders, country living, Oregon style.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Faith, I'm Nunda.
If you guys saw our Friday vlog, was that last week?
That was, yeah, last week.
Nunda was Skyping with the kids. That was pretty cool. We've got a second camera up kind of high, so it kind of looks like we're looking down because we are looking down. But the second camera set up so we can get all of us into the picture. Yep. You guys got anything you want to say?
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Hi, night.
Thank you, Reused Moose. Did I say that right? Muse? Muse?
Muse.
We all know how my English is.
One of them said,
Guns.
"Hello, Pratt family. I think I see a cute little purple monster."
That was
Me?
her.
She's a panda bear.
Hey, remember, don't move too much on Mom's lap, okay?
I'm a panda bear, not a monster, everybody.
Well, no, you are a monster.
I call you monster all the time.
You're a panda bear, yeah. When you turn
You're
your
a
head.
beautiful panda bear. Amy Fuel, TJ was just on Instagram looking at your stuff on Instagram.
He was? Yeah.
Yeah. What were you looking at, TJ?
Her ducks.
Speak up a little bit.
I was looking at her ducks.
Looking at the ducks. Part-time Permies, how you doing? Let's see.
See the very first one.
I know, there's so many comments going on. It's crazy.
Hi, Pratt.
Oh, wow.
There's another one. That's the rain.
That's the rain.
Yeah, well, I'll go ahead and show you guys this.
2 more snow shots and clouds.
Here's our weather forecast. If it's gonna load, what's going on? Why isn't it? Oh, there it goes. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but maple syrup for the next couple days may be a no-go. We got a low Friday of 20, a high of 34, low 22 Saturday, high 38. We might get some, but they're not even, the lines aren't even unfreezing right now, right? TJ, you were the one checked them last, right? The lines are all froze for the syrup?
Yeah, they're all frozen.
But Saturday is not looking too bad. Low 25, high 40. So we're still hoping to get some sap out of this, and then later in the week it's not looking too bad. So we'll have to see how that goes. Right now we've got about a gallon of syrup, correct?
Yes.
Now this is Pratt Family Homestead syrup, which means we are not boiling it all the way down to technical legal syrup. We're stretching it to where it's thickened, and it's still good. It's still very good.
It's very good.
But it is not, we use the hydrometer, it's not technically syrup, but it's thick and full of flavor, and we've stretched it out farther. So, the Living Garden says a little chilly today this way, but sunny for the most part. Yeah, we got hit with this cold again. I don't know what happened there, but getting ready to hit the road to Mississippi. I take it you're going to Deep South Homestead Spring Gathering? Oh my gosh. How many people here are going to Deep South Homestead Spring Gathering or are already there? Like, I think Jame at the Nut House is already there?
Yes, she is.
I already know others. I know
that Two Family was on the road earlier. They should be there by now.
I think Two Family is going to be doing some live streaming from there on. Is it Sunday or Saturday?
It's Sunday.
It's Sunday. Nunda's leaving tomorrow morning. She just had to catch our live show before she left.
What a great way to start your YouTube channel, Nunda.
Nunda, no kidding. Road trip to Mississippi, starting your YouTube channel.
You should do it.
Everybody bug her. Tell her to do it.
Do it. Do it.
Well, I meant. Well, good job. See, no, the kids agree.
Adrian Patton says, not happening. Adrian Patton says heading to Mississippi really early Saturday.
Cool. Very cool. I wish we could go. That is just so far, and with Jenny still recovering, and not just that, but we have so much other stuff going on. What?
Amy says, "Oh no, you didn't tell me you were starting a channel."
You guys didn't know? We've actually answered a couple people's questions lately where they're like, and I think one of them was in Alderman Farms group.
Please do us a favor and give us a little video.
Yes, Gons, there you go. But they're like, we wish we could comment on your videos, but YouTube says we have to create a channel in order to comment. And so we've had to explain to a couple people now, and I know that first one was in Alderman Farms Facebook group, that creating a channel is YouTube's way of saying creating an account. You don't have to upload videos. You don't have to do all that if you don't want to.
I had my mom confused too.
Oh yeah, your mom.
Like, you have an account. Now you can comment.
In fact, Jenny's mom, are you here? Comment if you're here. Yeah. So technically, Bonne Terre Homestead does have a channel. Mm-hmm. She just needs to upload some video.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I should have brought it up. James at the Nut House a week or two ago uploaded a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Mommy,
so,
can you guys go?
Yeah, I see that. I tell you what, the kids are fascinated with the chat part of this. And what also they don't understand is whenever we're watching a live show, like, what are some live shows we typically catch? Deep South.
Deep South. I sometimes am able to catch Aldermans.
I'm not able to catch Aldermans very often. I wish I could.
You caught that 1870s Homestead.
That 1870s Homestead live show and Freedom Homestead live shows. Those are the ones that are usually fit into our schedule that we can catch semi-regular. But the kids are fascinated if they're awake and we're watching a live show. They're waving at you guys. They're like, hi, hi.
And we're like, they can't see you. It's not the same.
I did see that, Amy. I went back and looked at my last week's video, our last week's live show, and it was not on there. But I see the Aldermans did a live. Was it the Aldermans I looked at? I think they did a live show.
Here.
Making soap, goat soap, I think it was. And I went and looked, and their chat was staying there. So I'll be curious to see when this is done if the chat is still there.
Sorry, I'm late. Just put my monsters to bed.
Well, see, you're smarter than us. Our monsters are still here. We said goodnight to them before the show, and we told them that they could hang out with us a little bit on the live show if they want. But when we say bed, we mean bedtime. Right, guys?
Yeah.
You guys look terrified. TJ, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
You gotta speak up. Well, what do you got going this weekend?
I have a basketball tournament.
What is it? It's your last one.
Yeah, it's my last basketball tournament.
Do you know what teams you're playing?
No.
Yeah, we
I forgot to look.
Yeah, we usually know ahead of time. And
I know, but...
Oh, Grizz is here. You two allowed him to stay subscribed.
For now.
For now, yeah. A couple weeks ago, we were wondering, where is Grizz? Is he okay? Why haven't we seen or heard from Grizz?
And he was on a live chat for somebody else, and I'm like, where have you been? Are you okay? He's like, well, I wonder what happened. I'm watching the camera. It seems backwards.
1870s asked it. Grizz thumbs down? What? Hey, we're fine with thumbs down. You're here watching, you want a thumbs up or thumbs down? I don't care.
Yeah.
I know I do have our YouTube account set up that whenever I like a video, it tweets it.
Oh, I didn't know
so
that.
If you're ever watching YouTube...
Yep. All the live shows that I get on, I hit the like button.
Yep, me too.
I had no idea.
Well, what if we both hit it? Doesn't that actually mean we undo it? Because a lot of times Jenny and I don't catch live shows together.
Well, just make sure it's not already clicked.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. It is good. YouTube is pretty good at that, and I don't understand why or the reasoning or whatever, but oh well. Andrew, what do you want to talk about? You got anything, brother? What you been up to?
I lost another tooth.
Did we have that here?
I think so. Yeah, right there.
Oh, that's not the one I was hoping for, but okay. Yep. Who is this handsome, toothless dude?
Woo! Got a big old hole.
How many teeth is that for you, Andrew?
2.
Speak up.
2.
Yep, you've lost 2. How long ago was your last one? Do you remember? It was the one right next to it, wasn't it?
Give me that tooth.
I tell you what, that was actually pretty. Andrew got. He's like, look, it's loose, and Jenny and we didn't realize it was that loose.
No, I didn't know it was that loose.
Yeah.
When he came and showed it, and it was like really leaned forward and bleeding. And I sat down and I was like, just pull it out and give it to me. And he's like, I said, just give me your tooth. And he goes, nope. And he ran away. Within 10 seconds,
Yeah,
it
he
comes
came
out. And
back.
he's like, here we go.
These boys are relentless when it comes to getting their teeth out. They got a little bit of wiggle, it's coming out within a couple days.
Yeah, that'll make him all bruised. And I'm constantly telling him, just leave it alone and let it come out.
I kind of think I was the same way. Is Faith that relentless?
No.
Faith
No.
tries, but which is kind of crazy because Faith is the one that can really tolerate pain.
I bruised my fingers doing it.
You want to tell him how much the tooth fairy gave you?
First or second?
The second one for the tooth you just
Speak up.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50
cents.
But it does. And I haven't lost any tooth yet. I think I have to wait until I'm 5 or 6. Oh, it says
Yeah, you have to
time
wait.
for your tooth fairy.
What is that right there?
I think it's supposed to be.
Mommy.
So
That
let's
Give me that tooth.
give me that tooth. Faith, you got anything that you would like to talk about or say or? Anything? What's going on?
The first pitching practice for this season is Saturday at Coach's house for an hour.
Yep, and it's I think it's just gonna be a couple of you. I'm not 100% sure, but Faith is hoping to be and she was pretty. Well, she wasn't full-time pitcher last year, but she got in there. It was her first year in softball. She got in there. She was pitching here and there, and I think Coach is hoping to get her in a lot pitching this year. I think.
Yeah.
It says, how much does the tooth fairy pay these days?
Grace, what do you want to talk about? Oh, everybody be prepared. I'm sure this is going to be something.
Go Freddy.
What did we?
Oh, yeah. TJ wanted me to say hi to Bandana Grandma because TJ gets a kick out of the fact that I did not recognize Bandana Grandma.
What did you and I find on our walk the other day?
Oh, Bandana Grandma, I got to shoot you an email that Jenny can't know about. All right? So keep
Okay.
secret.
I had to dig for it. I had to dig in the yucky stuff. What did we find?
Oh, you and Mommy went for a walk the other day, right? I kicked Mom out of the house and told her to go get some air and go walking.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
What did we find?
We found a guy like that green thing right there.
Yep, that green
Right
thing.
there.
Right
We found
there.
a garlic.
I was wondering what that was.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Mom.
got some garlic under there. I checked 2 spots.
Hi, Little Creek.
The first spot, that's the first spot. It had garlic. The second spot, I didn't find anything. She wanted me to keep digging, but I wasn't. I wasn't gonna keep digging in the yuck.
I'm actually kind of pleased. I'm actually kind of surprised that there was anything.
Oh, it's hard.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the others popped up when we had that little bit of a warm spell. So my understanding is the garlic will pop up, and then if there's a big cold spell or something, it will actually die off, is my understanding, and then warms up again. But that's our little garlic right there.
My sister has some pretty good garlic sprouts and a couple of her chickens. She has like a little enclosure around her garlic, and her chickens got stuck
Oh, yeah.
in there. Sit down. Yeah.
TJ,
Yes,
hi
Chris.
Jenny, and what's his hairy face and family?
Chris says, y'all better get your thumbs up or I'm going to whack the kitty. That's what he
Grizz.
says all the time.
Grizz, Andrew just read that and got a huge kick out of that.
Why did you ever?
All right.
It's just what Chris
Hey,
says.
here's what we are giving away tonight. We're giving away, is this the right one?
What is the
I don't know. Yes?
No, it's this one right here.
Oh.
It doesn't matter, but we have a seal on this
What
one.
is
But this is, well, I can't really show you close right now, but this is some smoked salt. Hey, Grace, hold on, please.
What is the one with the crown and the grave thing? And the
This?
yeah.
That's just where we can type.
That's where
some
Mommy and
things.
Daddy can type stuff. But anyways, this is some smoked salt that I made. We have a video on the smoked salt, and I have that link in the description, actually. But that's what we're giving away. I'll give you a little bit better shot. This is, remind me, Jenny, this is coarse, real salt.
Yep.
Hickory smoked.
Yep.
And Jenny's mom loves this stuff.
Yep.
And I think my dad does. And well,
I
you
do.
do. Jenny uses it in all kinds of stuff. So keep an eye out for that. If you watched our, I've already got a trivia question in mind. I should have run it by you first. Sorry.
No, I'm good.
But if you've watched our videos this week, then you'll know the answer.
Actually,
I might not even know the answer.
You will.
I used that smoked salt in a recipe that I made potatoes in the oven with Mom.
Oh, yep.
We used that in a recipe that I made.
Yeah, we really like it. And so this weekend I'm thinking about also, we have a little bit more extra garlic than I expected us to have. And I'm thinking about grinding up a bunch of garlic and then loading up the smoker with some more salt and some garlic, and have some smoked garlic as well.
That would be good.
So yeah, that's the plan.
We got some restless.
We are, speaking of the contest, and then we're going to kick the kids out of here. This new rule for our contest will not apply for tonight. But in the future, we kind of like what Two Family Homestead is doing, or they used to. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't know if they still are, but they have a rule that you cannot win anything within 4 weeks, I think. And we're going to implement that as well. I don't know if we've really done that. I don't know if anybody's really won. Have they? Or you guys probably heard a really loud bang. Grace just knocked some stuff over.
I like that
Yes. Can you please
one.
sit down? You can't be touching stuff.
Yummy.
So anyways, that's going to be our new rule. That does not apply for this week. But we are going to start that
Starting
next
next
week.
week,
If starting next week, if you've won within 4 weeks, so you win, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, you can win again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be the rule. All right. Kids, out of here.
Say goodnight.
Love you guys.
Night,
Get to sleep.
night, night,
Come
night.
around, please. Okay. Grace, can you come? Oh, you go say goodnight to Dad.
You guys are such good kids.
Night,
All right. Love you. Love you.
night, night.
Love you, monster.
Night,
I mean, panda.
night, night, night,
Grace?
night, night, night.
Good
All right. You guys are awesome. Thanks.
Make sure the stairs light is off when you get up there.
Now, Mom and I can get a little snuggly.
Oh, you
Daddy,
push that one.
it said yummy on there.
Oh, what do you want to do?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
So we got to rearrange a couple things here. You guys have no idea how much the kids love being on that live stuff. Huh, babe?
They do, but they have a hard time holding still. And Grace is full of questions, so it's hard.
Hey, so let's talk about real quick. Yeah, and Grace on your lap's awful.
Yeah, I had to move it. It was pulling.
But if Andrew was going to be on your lap and be awful, that would be worse.
He's too heavy.
Here's our Facebook group. Here's our post tonight. We try to remember to ask the group in our Pratt Pack Facebook group. We try to remember to have people post stuff in here that they'd like us to share on the show tonight. We've been really bad about remembering it, but we do have a couple comments in here, so let's go through them real quick. Or we'll hit a couple right now and then go through some more later. I appreciate that you allowed other people to share this week. I'm just starting out my new channel, Humble Homesteaders, which are here, I believe. Correct? I'm pretty sure they're here.
honestly do not know. Not catching names.
And you have allowed me to get some attention. You and Jenny are doing a great job. Thank you. All right, we'll send you a bill for that later. I'm just joking. Jenna Dooley, who is Flip Flop Barnyard, says she won't be able to make it tonight. That's perfectly fine. I mean, honestly, people have lives. There's no problem with that making the show. Jessica Perez.
Oh yeah, the Homesteaders is here.
Yes, they are.
Jessica Perez, the Living Garden.
Is the Living Garden. His and her chainsaws. That's awesome.
Do I get my own chainsaw?
No. All right, we'll continue with more of that here in just a little bit.
Why wouldn't I get my own chainsaw?
Well, because I love you.
That's a good reason why.
No, actually, I have no problem with you having a chainsaw. In fact, we do have that smaller one that our brother-in-law gave us before.
I know, like, how to use that. I don't want. I'm good.
Yeah. I tell you what, I'm not experienced with the chainsaw at all. My experience with the chainsaw is minimal, and so I'm actually pretty nervous every time I'm out using it. And I've been using it a lot lately because of the maple syrup and stuff.
Keep both my legs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I'm pretty inexperiment. What was I saying? Inexperienced?
You're an experiment.
Was I trying to say?
Yes, you are.
Was I trying to say peppermint or something? I don't know what's going on there. I agree, Duncan, and I don't even know if she needs her own tools. I have no problem with her using my tools, so.
It's Women's Day. We get what we want.
Is that like every day, or is that like an honest day today?
Today is International Women's Day.
Oh, happy Women's Day.
Thanks.
Another Hallmark deal. All right, so.
Anniversary present. No, he doesn't know what's already being planned for our anniversary, and it's not up his alley. But it's something I want to do.
Happy anniversary, babe. Nothing says I love you like something I don't want to do.
10 years marriage. He's gonna do what I want.
That's right, part-time. I'm a spearmint.
Okay, here, let me open it.
Let's see.
Okay.
You know, Grizz, I would trust Jenny with the chainsaw, but we were also talking a long time ago. I would love to have another motorcycle. But for me to have a motorcycle is not practical because I have a work truck I go to work with. I'm busy here 24/7, so at best, I might get 15 hours a summer out riding, maybe at best.
Yeah.
So I would love to actually maybe find some. I'm not a real good mechanic, as many of you know, so I'd love to find a couple $100 old, broke down but kind of sort of runs. Have Jenny's brothers kind of help me a little bit, maybe. But during all those talks, Jenny had also said that she wanted a motorcycle. She later said, no, I don't need a motorcycle.
I want one of those motorcycles that has the 2 wheels on the front and one on the back. I mean, I grew up riding dirt bikes.
Yeah.
And I've been on a motorcycle, but I'm also one of those people that, and I did do this to my brother's dirt bike, I leaned against it while it was parked on a hill, and I knocked it over and cracked the side of it. I mean, it's just, I know what I'm doing, I'm just not graceful enough with one.
Part-time's Permies. I'm not really a brand-specific dude on anything.
No, but it has to
Cars, tractors. If they can get me from point A to point B and be cool, or in work and get me there, that's great. The idea of having a Harley sounds really cool. Jenny's brothers are also, well, the one brother especially is big time into Indians. In fact, he works for them. And he just converted Jenny's other brother from Harley to Indian. And converted, is that the right word? But, and those Indians are pretty sweet. So I'm not specific. I'm really, at this point, if I ever got a motorcycle, it would have to be a $200-300 special. It would not matter what it was. Now, I did used to have a nice motorcycle a long time ago. Right when I got out of the Army, it was a Honda Shadow 600, I think. I was gonna go bigger, but I wasn't real experienced on motorcycles, so I figured I'd kill myself. But I think it was a 600.
I think that's what you told me.
And I loved it. It was great. It ran great for me. It was fun to ride. It was kind of a heavy bike too, which I think I kind of liked actually. So yeah, that's good.
You talked about
if a Harley landed in my lap, I would not say no.
you talked about JJ.
Yes.
For her, I was
Work for Indian.
Yeah, working for Indian.
And converted your other brother.
Yeah, he works for Polaris.
Yes.
But, he's always been fascinated with Indians, and he was able to buy one. That was just last year that he bought his new one, right?
Yeah.
And he's already trying to figure out.
Or 2 years.
Maybe 2 years.
Maybe, yeah.
Something like that. He's already trying to figure out when he's going to buy his next one. And I'm like, you can only ride one at a time. How many do you need? But yeah, then Mark took his Harley out to South Dakota where my older brother lives and ended up trading it for an Indian while he was out there.
Right. How many years ago did he move out there?
5.
So yeah, so 5 years ago, Jenny's whole family is super tight. Not that mine's not, but they are super tight, like visiting each other almost every day and stuff.
Mm-hmm. My sister lives
my family,
less than 2 minutes around the corner from my parents.
Right, and we used to live within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And my family's scattered across the U.S., so we're not like that. But so this was kind of a big deal about 5 years ago. Jenny's brother was just looking for something different kind of job, different career path, kind of, I guess. And I guess he was online and saw this opening at Polaris in South Dakota, and he
took the plunge.
Applied, and they said sure, and he's like, "See you guys, going to South Dakota."
Yep. He had like 2 weeks to move, and so he went out, and then he was out there for almost 2 months and came back and got the rest of his stuff and
Let me get this closer to
well, they weren't married yet, were they? No, they weren't married yet.
I really don't know.
Well, his now wife, because I don't know what they were at the time when he moved, came back and got John, and they moved out there, and yeah, it's been 5 years, the beginning of May, and I am very proud of everything that he's done, but
she misses him.
If he moved back here, it would make me the happiest person ever. I miss him so much.
Hey, Papa. Yeah, I hear you on that. What I liked about that Shadow 600 was I could get up and go and it felt like a really good rate. I felt like I was like kind of hanging on, getting up and going, but top speed was nothing. Top speed might have been 85 on a downhill with a strong back breeze. I was kind of actually pretty proud of myself for only getting the 600 and not going bigger, because I had the money. I could have gone bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't, so.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see.
Kayla, no, actually, these are my old glasses. I got new glasses, but I've been having issues. Like, they're a smaller frame, and so I have astigmatism, and so the curvature and everything wasn't lined up. So they're back at the eye shop, or well, actually, they're back at the eye doctor's place now. I need to go pick them up.
Tomorrow you're picking them up.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm picking them up. My days are all over the place.
Look what, how you say that? Filer?
Yeah, Filer Family Farm.
Traded the Harley for a Cub Cadet Super Garden Tractor. I love it. That's the way to go right there. Well, yeah, I just spent a big chunk of money on this Massey Ferguson 180 that we got last spring, or last fall.
Fall, yeah.
And I mean, I could have got a pretty nice motorcycle for that.
Could have.
A Ninja. Ooh, Dylan.
Hickory Hill. I am doing better.
I meant to show you that one.
I still have more better moments than I do rough moments, but I still have rough moments. I even have rough days, but I am doing better. Monday will be 6 weeks of recovery already. So I think I'm right where I should be. The hardest part is the exhaustion. Like, I think I'll be doing really good, and then I hit a brick wall. I took a nap before the show, and I'm already like, when do I get to go to bed? So,
and her exhaustion wears me out.
And when
because that's more I gotta do.
When it hits hard. Last night after dinner, I was just like, I'm done. I just laid my head on the table. I didn't even want to get out of my chair. It's just, when it hits hard. So that is kind of the hardest part. That and still limiting myself. Grace sitting on my lap, I could feel it pulling. So, because she fidgets.
Night, Brenda.
So, not too much longer. I was planning our trip to Tennessee for the conference, and I was planning it.
We are getting excited about the conferences.
Yeah, we're gonna be gone for like 10 days, and so I'm trying to plan activities, and I had this brilliant idea.
Yes, Donna.
That we were gonna go on a canoeing trip, and he was a little apprehensive. He's like, kids in a canoe, I mean, y'all saw how they move here. We're gonna flip the canoe.
I grew up in canoes, but as an adult, I haven't operated one much, and I am just not comfortable with putting a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old in a canoe with me, because we would have to have 2 canoes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm relatively confident. Put me in a canoe, and I got no problem. I'll go over through whatever. But having me with a 4 and a 6-year-old in the canoe, I'm just not super confident with no even practicing going on.
And being in 2 separate canoes, I would have to be paddling the one. So
freestyle farming, what's up?
When he was apprehensive about it, I thought about it and I was like, yeah, I'm only going to be like 13 weeks recovered. I'm not going to be able to go out and paddle a canoe for 4 hours. What was I thinking? So we're not doing that.
Andy, I agree, especially if your comment is about taking the kids out on a river. I completely agree. I would, at this moment right now, I would go take the kids out on a canoe on a lake, no problem. When I was growing up, I think I was probably in junior high. I was in high school, maybe really early high school. My dad, super experienced in a canoe. This is up in Alaska. My mom, super experienced in a canoe, and we hit a rock sideways in May, so the water had just, the ice had just disappeared out of the river, and the canoe filled up with water, and we're swimming for shore, and I wasn't going to. I was like, nope. The foam underneath these seats, I was like, Dad, this canoe's floating. I'm not going in that water. Boom. He threw me in and said swim. So yeah, I got no problem taking the kids out on a lake and getting some practice in with the canoe and stuff, but I'd hate to create a situation that could turn bad just due to my lack of experience.
Yeah, and I've been in a kayak. I've never been in a canoe, but I've been in a kayak. I mean, I've been in like a lot of very small fishing boats, and surprisingly, I managed to stay in the boat.
That's
and the
surprising.
Boat stayed the correct direction. But I have been in a kayak once by myself and almost flipped it over. So it's probably just not safe for me to do that.
Freestyle wants to know the difference between a paddle and an oar. Is that a trick question? Because I don't know.
Well, a kayak paddle, it actually has paddles on both ends, and an oar is only on one side.
So is that true? Is a paddle 2-sided and an oar is just one?
That's my understanding. Whether or not that is true, no idea. Just checking. Like staying on the boat, you can be fine.
We think a lot. We think a lot alike, Andes.
So you flip it, and then what?
Okay, we got a bunch of questions coming in. How about CJ? But Jenny can't give you a good update on CJ.
I can't. He's doing good. The ferry was out last week, and you know, his hooves look really good. He doesn't have any problems, even though we've had a lot of mud and a lot of wetness. Thankfully, he's not having to battle thrush. I've brushed him once. He was nasty from rolling in the mud. So nasty.
Oh, yeah.
But he's been taking care of him. So
hi, Michael from Ontario, Oregon.
He's CJ. He's
doing.
Stands out in his pasture, eats his hay, eats his grain. So hopefully it won't be too long, and I'll be out there starting to do a little bit of work with him. I did have him out walking and moving. He wasn't on a lead. I was walking outside the pasture because he still likes to nudge. But he let me just lay on him for a while and snuggle his big old head. So, and he tried to steal my stuff.
Jenny loves going out and seeing the horse. The other question was anything about Hootenanny news. There is no Hootenanny news yet. I really need to get off my butt and do something about that.
Well, I think we figured out what weekend works.
Oh, we did?
Works best for us. But
are we going to announce it right here?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because...
oh, I got to make the arrangements.
Yeah, I still have to call the campground and stuff.
Right.
But we're hoping it's going to be at a campground in Somerset, right down the road from where last year's was. So...
and we are hoping for the... well, do you want to say the weekend we're trying? I mean, we're not going to promise this right now, but this is the weekend we're going to try. Do you want to do that or no?
Sure.
Or no?
Sure.
Slap me if you want.
No.
I don't even know, so it's up to you.
What do you mean you don't even?
I have no idea what weekend we're talking
Well,
about.
I only know one day. I don't know like the weekend.
All right. While you're looking at it, quick, I want to say hi to Patty Alderman.
Oh, hi, Patty. So it would be, like the Hootenanny itself. We're thinking Saturday, July 28th.
Oh, I did know that.
Yeah, because
Oops, I did know that.
it's his birthday. So it's like we have that and one other weekend, and the other weekend is also MIS, and I just don't want to contend with traffic for that.
If you're familiar with MIS here in Michigan, here in southern Michigan, you do not want to have any kind of get-together anywhere near MIS, which we are, Michigan International Speedway. You don't want to have any kind of get-together near MIS that weekend.
You don't. You don't want to go anywhere.
We are about, what, 10? We're about 10 minutes from MIS. Because we're about 12 minutes from Brooklyn.
No, it's like 20 minutes to Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're discussing Jenny drive time and my drive
When you
time.
follow the speed limit, it takes you about 20 minutes.
Hi, YB. How you doing?
So we're going to talk to the campground about...
Grizz, that makes sense about the ore.
About Friday the 27th to Sunday the 29th, and have the Hootenanny itself on the 28th.
And so we'll probably, correct me if I'm wrong, the Hootenanny itself will probably be like another 5 hours again on Saturday.
Yeah.
But we're trying to make it a camp thing that if people wanted to stay in camp and sit around the fire that evening for a while and all that stuff, right?
Yep.
The plan. So that's where things are kind of going, but nothing is solid. Do not take anything that you heard in this video as solid information.
That's just the start of the plans.
Right.
We've got a lot that we're trying to plan.
Yep.
Because we got to start. We haven't even started on what we're going to discuss at the conference in May. It's frustrating because I wanted to lock in.
Talladega would be busy.
Oh my goodness, and that's one truck I've always wanted to see.
I want to see Talladega more than I want to see Daytona.
Yeah. I agree with that. But I was trying to lock down all of our plans for the trip and like lock down the campgrounds we need to stay at. But we're taking our dogs with us, and Georgie's a pit bull terrier. And I called...
You mean her?
Yep, her. Her and Bubbers. I called 2 of the campgrounds, and they won't allow her because of her breed. And I had the whole thing set out. I'm like, okay, I just got to call these places, make reservations, get tickets for a couple places, and we're set. And then our campgrounds wouldn't let her in because she's a pit bull. So I
if that's the rules they want to have, that's the rules they want to have.
Yeah, so I have to kind of start over, but I'm trying to stay within like certain driving times because we're going to be in the truck. And the truck only seats 6, so you can imagine how cramped we're going to be. And the dogs are going to be traveling, so I didn't want long driving days or driving times. And then I also didn't want... what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say.
I've told you for 10 years now I'm not a mind reader.
I read something in the chat and it threw me off.
Squirrel!
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was like. I didn't want long driving times, and Georgie's also never traveled in the 5th wheel, so I'm kind of worried about how she was going to do. But we've also got certain things we want to do in certain locations, so I was trying to stay relatively close.
Jenny has packed our schedule pretty good.
Yeah. And, it threw me all off when they were like, nope, you can't stay here. I'm like, what are you talking about?
We'll figure it out.
She's like, yeah,
she
looks like a pit bull, but she's like overly friendly. So.
Freestyle farming, I really don't want to brag or anything, but I see that you've driven by Talladega. I have driven MIS.
On the track.
100 and, how fast they said, 140?
Yeah.
They had the cars regular. Jenny had bought me a package many years ago. Well, not many, 5 years ago maybe.
Coming up on 6.
Where I got to drive MIS. Oh my gosh, was that fun. Woo! And it was one of the package deals where you're allowed to pass people. Now it's very controlled, you couldn't just pass somebody. You had to, the spotter's talking to you, okay, number whatever, you need to pull over, somebody's coming, and it was very controlled, but oh my gosh, that was fun. And And I tell everybody this. So driving on MIS at 140 is nothing. I mean, that's nothing. I think the pros take those corners at 170, I believe.
I think so.
And my brain knew this. But my brain, when we go and hit the corner, my brain knows that I'm only doing 135, 140, but it could not convince my foot to stay down on the pedal. So we'd get to the corner and my foot would be coming up and my brain would be like, no, go back down, you're good. But my foot would just be coming up.
No, too fast.
Then we get through the corner and I'd punch it again. And by the end, though, it was really cool. The spotters, I was the only one, I think, that had the 24-lap package.
Yeah, you had the last 8 laps by yourself.
Right. And by the end of all that, the spotters were really awesome. And they each time had me in the corner faster, coming out of the corner faster. And by the end, I was pretty much hammered down the whole way for the most part. It was a lot of fun. Super expensive. And I yelled at Jenny for spending the money.
Yep. It was
really
so
cool.
The kids almost blew it though, or Faith almost blew it, because we bought that, and then we also got them like some work gloves and stuff. And Faith goes, "Dad, when are you gonna do your racing thing?" This was before his like little party that we did.
Yeah.
And he's looking at it, and I was like, No. We're having a racing
Freedom Homestead
birthday party for you. Just ignore her. And then at dinner, she's like, "We bought you work gloves." And I'm like, "Would you just shut your trap?" It's like you're gonna ruin everything.
Hey, since Patty's here, is Patty still here, do you think?
I don't know. Jack, I need to message you because we do have plans to stop by the cave, and I think I know what day we're coming, as long as everything else stays on schedule. So I need to message you again and let you know.
I am looking forward to that. That's going to be fun, that cave.
That is going to be fun. A couple of people have said to just call her like an American Bull Terrier, or say you have a lab mix. Looking at her face, there is 100% no denial that she is a pit bull. 100%. And so I don't want to say that she's a different breed than what she is, and then we get there and they not let us in, because then I'm going to scramble, and I don't handle that kind of stress very well. So we'll just find another place to stay.
All right.
Nobody needs me freaking out.
This is what our kitchen is looking like, more and more irregular.
Yeah. A mess.
I am knee deep in playing with sourdough. I have been researching and learning about hydration levels and different ways of cooking it. I've been cooking the bread lately in a Dutch oven, trapping all the steam in there for over half of the bake, and then letting it out, getting some nice hard crusts. Last weekend we made Patty Alderman's.
They can't see the.
Oh, I don't have it on there. We made Patty Alderman's pizza dough crust. That was everybody loved the pizza dough crust. That was great.
So good.
It was really. Why is that?
I had to like beg them not to eat my last few pieces of pizza because I wanted to save them for the next day to have for lunch, and everybody was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Please don't touch it."
Well, I was trying to see if I could. There it is. That's what I wanted to do. Let's see if it'll do it. There it goes.
There we go.
I like that better. Oh my gosh, that pizza came out so good.
It was.
And then I made, this was, what are these called? Somebody help me out. Well, I can't hear you, so it might not help me out.
I was talking to Nunda earlier. She's like, "See you later." I was like, "Yeah, I can't say the same because I won't see you."
These are called boules. Is that right? I think B-O-U-L-E.
I have no idea.
And this is what I've been making in the Dutch oven. And there's a technique here where you can slice a square out of the top, kind of, for the rising. And I kind of goofed that up. I don't know, that didn't come out right. But this bread tastes amazing. This was fantastic. I followed a little bit different recipe. And then I kind of just did my own thing with it too. Like, the recipe didn't say to proof it for X amount of time and all that. But what I did was I let it sit out and rise for about 8 hours, I think. And then I mashed it down and kneaded it. I'm really bad about kneading. I don't do a very good job kneading. But then I put it in the fridge for
a while.
15 hours, I think it was.
Yeah, it was a while.
And then I set it out on the counter for about an hour to warm up. And then I already had the Dutch oven preheated in the oven at 500. Threw it in there. Put some flour down and stuff, threw it in there. Left the lid on for at least probably 15-20 minutes to trap the steam in there. And then another 15 minutes or so, baked it. It's good. Does it taste like the stuff they sell in the store?
Does it taste sour?
Oh, sour. I'm working on trying to get this more and more and more sour because, well, me and 3 of the kids are like, how sour can it get? How far can we go with it?
Yeah.
But this had a nice tang to it and stuff, and it wasn't overpowering for Jenny or the other kid that doesn't care for it super sour. So
I don't like it sour. So he tried to get me. He's like, "Oh, you smell this," and I was like, I smelled one jar, and it just smelled.
How many times do these people hear you say, "Mike said smell this"?
Because you do it all the time. But it smells so sour. Like, oh my gosh, it was so bad. And he's like, "Taste it." I was like, "No, I'm not. I don't like the stuff that doesn't taste." Or that's not as sour as what this is smelling. I don't like the taste of it. I was like, I'm not gonna taste it. And the next day he was like, you wanna taste it? I'm like, I'm not gonna taste it.
But was this loaf too sour for you? Because I really like the way this whole bake came out.
No, it's not too sour. I haven't really been eating bread.
I want to work on getting some of those big holes in there. That's the next thing I need to work on.
I don't know how you do that.
But I've been reading. We'll see what the next one comes out like.
It did rise in the fridge.
It did rise. I was amazed. It almost doubled again in the fridge.
But the cinnamon rolls did not rise in the fridge.
Oh yeah, and I'm not adding any extra.
We did cinnamon rolls last week.
On all the things I'm playing with now, I'm no longer adding any outside commercial yeast.
No.
It's just the sourdough doing its thing.
Yep.
No yeast. In fact, this recipe here, I think it only had a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon and a half of salt. I'm sorry, of sugar. And then just the teaspoon and a half of salt, and then starter and flour. That's all this recipe was.
Oh, Catherine says she made my granola recipe and it turned out really good. When I make that, I make 3 batches and it's gone before a week, like within a week. It's gone between the 4 kids because they eat it as cereal, they put it in their yogurt, I put it in my yogurt, they eat it just in handfuls. So I have to make so much granola when I do make it, but it is a really, really good recipe, and it's easy. That's what's great about it. It's an easy recipe too.
Hey, Alderman Farms, I'm gonna post a link in here for that recipe that I followed. King Arthur. I did also put the recipe in the Pratt pack when I posted these pics in there. The basic. Yep, the basic.
That one.
Let's see if this is the right one. 1.5 teaspoon. Oh yeah, this recipe also calls for yeast, but like I said, I have not been touching any yeast whatsoever. Just something I'm reading along with there. So that's the.
No.
Oh.
Control V.
Well, I shouldn't have to do that here. That's only on the Google Doc. Let's see. Control A, C.
It's still not gonna allow you to do it.
Why is it not? Yeah. What's up with that?
There we go.
There we go.
YouTube.
There you go.
Being funky.
Yep. There you go. That's the recipe there. But this is one of many that I'm trying. I'm all over the place trying stuff. The cinnamon. I'm sorry, I wanted to say this real quick.
Yeah. I was
going
to address part-time permit. I was just going to read it to you and tell you what she had said.
Here, if you go to the Alderman Farms.
Click up here.
Oh, that's what we had to do last time. Huh? If you go to Alderman Farms YouTube channel, I'm gonna make sure I did this kind of right.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't mean for those to be there. For this one. And just search cinnamon roll. Patty Alderman has her recipe on there. And we have followed it and love it. I can't seem to get the rise out of it though. But Patty's trick to that, she said, is to freeze them the night before. Oh. And I have not done that yet.
No. I've also heard, and I don't know if this applies to the sourdough or not, but I've also heard like with biscuits.
I hear you, Grizz.
With like biscuits, is when you have them in the pan wanting to do the rise is to have them really close and like touching, and they actually encourage
It actually
the surrounding ones. So like
does it encourage, or does it not let it go anywhere so it has to go up?
Maybe that too, but so like your cinnamon rolls were spaced out pretty good. I wonder if they were on a smaller pan and closer together, if that would make a difference.
I didn't get
I have no idea.
I didn't get poof out of mine, but they sure tasted good.
Yeah, they did.
Let's see. What else we got? Oh, here, I'll say this also. Patty Alderman has been such a great help with the whole sourdough thing, which many of you probably know. Yes, I see Nunda shared it. Thank you. Nunda shared their digital, if you follow the digital link to the digital store, Patty Alderman, they put a PDF up there, free to download. I think it's PDF, whatever it is. It's free to download, but it's got, I think, her starter instructions and her recipe and her bread recipe. And I gotta tell you, that bread recipe is good. The only reason I'm just experimenting making other stuff as well, but Patty's recipe is fantastic.
Freeze them when you make them and take them out the night before you bake them and let them rise all night, then bake.
That's what it is. You might have to have more cinnamon rolls this weekend.
I'm fine with that.
I mean, I've got to play around, right?
Yeah. Bandana Grandma pointed out that Noah's Ark has the hammer facing the the hammer's taken out Noah's Ark, and she's like, you were supposed to notice.
What is the hammer on the bear thing? Because that's not the first person I see do that.
No, Bandana Grandma does that. It's
the same as Grizz?
Mimicking, yeah.
But Bandana Grandma has an issue with teddy bears.
I guess so.
Yeah, but I've been going sourdough ballistic. I've been having so much fun. We did that.
Did you talk about this?
No, we have not talked about that at all.
Oh, okay.
You want to?
So, if you want to.
We did that, right?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or should we go back to the Pratt pack again real quick?
If you want.
Let's do that. Let's go back to the posting. Let's see, interact. There's the chainsaws. Jessica Perez also said, I'm sorry, who's Jessica? The
Living Garden.
Living Garden, thank you. Riding around looking for eagles and found some whitetails munching in the field. 2 white-tailed deer. Awesome. This morning.
That's not gonna let it.
Oh, it's not going to let. You have to do this.
Yeah.
I hear you. I'm with you, sister. Oh, not that. Because it went down to the YouTube. Since this morning I mentioned I wanted to try Moroccan spices pickled sausage because he commented on our YouTube video and he said it looked really good. I have been craving some Moroccan style food, so tonight it's vegetarian stew with what is that?
You said I read it earlier, so I would know.
I have no idea. Go ahead.
Couscous.
All right. So couscous it is. I gotta tell you what, Stefan is really a go-to person in our group for food-related stuff. There's lots of people that are for different stuff, but he seems to have some stuff dialed in pretty good. I love talking with him.
Bandana Grandma says that it's a grizz bear.
Oh, it's a grizz bear. Got it. You guys know I'm kind of slow sometimes.
Just sometimes. Oh, Stephanie News. Hi.
Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Stephanie, what's this?
What are you doing?
Is really big.
Oh, yeah.
Stephanie News posts a lot of stuff.
Right there.
In the Bonne Terre Homestead Facebook group. So please go check out Nunda's Bonne Terre Homestead Facebook group. And Stephanie is pretty active over there, I think.
Yeah.
So where was I? What was I doing? Can you get my mind straight for me, please?
You were going to talk about videos this past week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we What happened here?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
I touched it.
Oh my gosh.
I got the van stuck in the mud yesterday. Mike had to rescue me. It was like all I was trying to drive around so then the boys could unload the pine shavings. I was trying to be helpful, and I don't go down there because, well, I just don't go wandering down there. I don't do chores or anything right now. And I didn't think about it, and I drove around the corner, and the van got stuck in the mud, and I managed to get it out after a lot of tire spinning. And so then I kept going, and I went around the next corner when I got stuck.
On that first stuck though, and the second one, you did good though. When she's talking tire spinning, she wasn't just sitting in one spot spinning.
No,
she was rocking it back, and she did a really good job of not getting it stuck the first time. The second time, I'm telling you what. I am surprised that van was even stuck. I went down there and looked at it last night.
Yeah. And
the track she was in was only about that deep. With, you know, it was built up in front and built up behind. So with that soft mud, you just couldn't get any traction to get up over the little hump. And so I just let it freeze overnight. And I went down there first thing this morning. The ground froze overnight, and I just drove it right out. And
I went and got the truck, and I was like, okay, I'm going to pull it out. TJ, you're going to steer. The second I stepped foot out of that van, it was like blizzard conditions, snowing and blowing. I was like, okay, so I went and got the truck and I drove it down there, and instead I just had everybody get in the truck with all their stuff, and I drove them up to the house. I was like, forget this. But anyways, so yeah, you had to rescue me because I got the truck stuck, or the van stuck, and touched the computer and it went all crazy. And
Cindy at Part Time Permies had rabbit for the first time a week ago.
Oh, thanks.
She says she liked it. I think that's what those thumbs ups are.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, they traded pasta for rabbit. Oh,
that's
but
cool.
I think they traded with. I ate it with pasta, but. Oh, we might make that trade again. Oh, okay. I thought that maybe they had traded with Noah's Ark.
Toss some sticks under the tires. I could have, but that was going to take too much effort. When it started snowing, nope, I was done.
Guys, this was zero effort. I went down, tried the van for about 2 seconds, got out, went back down the next morning, started it up, and drove it out.
I just didn't. I was like, before, I didn't want to break something in the van. I didn't want to get stuck and create a mess or anything. I was like, just forget it. Get in the truck. I want to go inside. That's what happens when I try to do something. I
don't know if kitty litter would necessarily. I know in born and raised in Alaska, we always had kitty litter or buckets of gravel or sand or something in the back of the car all the time in the winter. I really don't. I've never tried kitty litter in mud though.
And with where it is, when the chickens do come out and stuff, I don't really want them pecking at kitty litter.
Yes. Yeah, no, we probably won't throw any kitty litter down. But we used to use it in Alaska. I can remember my dad throwing kitty litter on the driveway, and we lived in town, and whatever kitty litter he got a couple times, you could almost see like green running down the driveway.
Yeah.
All right, where are we, babe? What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's 10 o'clock, and we have not given any of this hickory smoked coarse real salt away yet. This is stuff that I smoked. It's good. This is a different one. This is not the one. But I don't know if you can really see. No, probably.
I thought you were going to ask them if they could smell it.
Yeah, can you smell that? Go ahead, take a whiff. All right.
Smell-o-vision.
All right, everybody, raise your hand. All right, now I want to know who raised their hand. Jenny did.
It took me a minute. I looked at you like you were crazy, but.
All right. So, if you've been watching our videos this week, you should know. Let's see, what videos did we have this week? Is that who that is?
I think so.
Hey, Toad, are you who we think you are? That's awesome. Jenny's best friend's nickname is Toad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So,
my phone's being silly.
Let's see, videos we had this week. Help me think, babe. Well, you don't really know. We had the live show doesn't count. So we had the Friday vlog. Then we had
we had the pig review part 2.
That's where I was trying to go. Just part 2?
Just part 2. I'm pretty sure just part 2.
Let's see, videos.
I don't know. Hey.
Maybe.
Maybe. You're not eating any rabbit at my house.
Bring it. You know I'm game. Jenny's best friend is the reason that we had pigs a month after moving in here.
She's the reason we do a lot of things.
So we had the Friday vlog. You're right. We had the pig review number 2, the finances.
Yep.
And then we had the I guess that considered a collab thing that Eric Life and Farmland tagged us in. Why we do what we do. And then we had the spicy pickled sausage. All right. So here comes the trivia question for this. Should I tell them what video the answer to this is?
No.
All right. So in one of the videos, it was asked, one of the questions, what is something that you don't know, that you've never really mentioned before? One of my answers was I copied Eric's, so not that answer. So what is it, something about me that I've never really said on YouTube before that I like to do? Just general, it doesn't have to be a specific thing, just a general, what?
She's Toad.
And the pigs were delicious, Toad. You are correct.
Yes, and they were delicious as well. So you have great ideas.
There you go, Little House Homestead, Sarah Nelson. Yes, I like video games. Smoke Salt is yours. Hey, hit us up on YouTube here. YouTube Messenger. We hate YouTube Messenger. But with that screen name, message us, and then we can start emailing if you want and exchange. But this is the best way for us to know who you are. So YouTube Messenger, send us a message, and we'll go from there. Send this to you.
You're gonna love it.
Bandana Grandma, that's a good answer because that was in the live show last week, right?
That's true.
Good job, Bandana. That's awesome. All right.
Faith had to do a Girl Scout assignment. She had to ask somebody that she did not know 10 questions and then have them sign it. And I was like, that goes against all the rules of don't talk to strangers.
But she was with you.
Yeah, she was with me, but we didn't leave the house. And so she didn't get to ask anybody. And it came for the day of Girl Scouts, and she's like, Mom, I haven't done my assignment. I'm like, oh, well, that wasn't good. So I decided a safe way for her to go talk to somebody she didn't know and ask these questions, go talk to a firefighter. And so we went down to the fire station, and she actually got to ask the fire chief. And one of the questions was, do you play video games? And he's like, yep. And she's like, what's your favorite video game? And he says, Call of Duty. And I was just kind of like, yeah, we know that one. So it was kind of funny. All the kids started laughing, but
and actually Jenny just got me that game for Christmas. Well, I got
it for Valentine's Day.
Oh, Valentine's Day.
Yeah. So but yeah, it was just kind of funny that he's like, yep, even at 49 I like video games. So it's like, I don't think that's something y'all ever gonna grow out of.
Hey Ches, are you asking about the smoked salt? If that's the case, yes. If you look in the description of this video, within the first 5, 6, 7, 8 lines, there is a video, our video on smoked salt. I think I'm going to do another one here really soon. It's pretty much going to be copycat, but I think I'm going to throw, like I said earlier, salt. I need to do more salt.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some garlic. I'm also thinking about doing like some, what do you think, smoked basil or oregano? Or a garlic basil oregano mix? What are your guys' ideas? What's a mix of herbs that would be a good smoking thing? Battleground. Call of Duty. The one I really like is Battlefield 4, but we used to subscribe to Xbox Live, and we don't anymore. We're spending way too much money for the little bit of use that it got used, so smoke time? Because I need to fill that smoker up. If I'm going to burn pellets in there, I need to fill it up with some stuff.
That's
like
true.
Ribs. Oh wait, I'm going to cold smoke this stuff.
Yeah.
But
we're not cold smoking. But you got the bacon you got to do too.
It says Mike isn't behind me right now to answer that for time per me. What's that?
You have the bacon to do too.
We do. I was thinking about pulling the pork bellies out of the fridge and getting that cut up and smoked this weekend as well. It's just stuff I'm thinking. I don't know. I think a lot.
This weekend's a busy weekend for you to try to do all of it.
Oh yeah, this weekend is busy because Faith has pitching practice on Saturday. You got doctor appointment tomorrow, pitching practice on Saturday.
3 tournaments on Sunday.
3 basketball games on Sunday. Monday, Georgie's at the vet getting fixed.
Yep.
And never ending.
Oh, yeah.
And somewhere in there I gotta boil some sap.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was gonna say Leah's not coming out Tuesday. I thought
okay.
she was coming out Tuesday, but she's not. She's coming out in a couple weeks.
And so my first run at bacon is awesome smoked. I see that. Our butcher only smokes the bacon.
Freestyle for me. Gotta go. Literally, got a potty.
See you, Free. Hey, hold on, Freestyle. Let me ask you a question. Do you have a question for Freestyle?
I don't.
Hold on, Freestyle. Let me think about a question here real quick. Waterfalls. Just think about waterfalls.
Can you smoke the Himalayan?
Yeah, we have Himalayan salt. Do you want some, Toad? We can get you some.
Did you say soap?
Nope, I did not say.
have Himalayan
I did not say soap, and for sure I did not.
What quote is on the board? It's the same one it's been for a while. To be beautiful means to be yourself. I really need to change it.
Homesteading on Maple Lane. You know, that's a good idea. I might try that again, but I tried smoking cheese 2 years ago.
Oh, that.
And it was not a hit. And so then I did it again because I was reading you really need to let it sit in the fridge for a while, I guess, and let that smoke taste dissipate or whatever. And I tried that, and it still wasn't that big of a hit. So probably won't do cheese again. Although I didn't mind it, but I did agree that the smoke flavor was a little strong. So maybe I will try it again with just maybe a couple hours cold smoke or something. Maybe I don't know. Paprika, there you go. Well, I think we have smoked paprika, don't we?
We do.
Yeah, but it's not home smoked. I could re-smoke it. What are we talking about smoking?
No.
You're making your own. Yeah, so we'll find some stuff. Jenny's, I can see right there. See her? She was just looking at me like, can we end this show, please?
No, I was going to say something about the smoker. So our smoker doesn't have a glass front. You can't see in it. And that's one thing that we wish that it did have. But when we lived at our old place, our neighbors across the road, we were really good friends with them. And when Mike...
Hey, Stefan's here.
First started... Oh, awesome. When
jalapenos, good idea.
Mike first started using the smoker, she would message us from across the road. She's like, what you got over there? What's in there? I can smell it.
Who said that?
Trisha. And she would say that she wished it had a glass front so she could come peek and see what she would be having for dinner.
That's right, because I used to have it right there in that breezeway, right?
Yeah, and
it would blow right across the street to them. All right, Stringfield, thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate it. The cheese and butter need to equalize in the fridge 4 days before you eat it. Yeah, Homestead on Maple Lane, 4 days might be what I had read. For some reason I have 5 in my head, but that was a couple years ago. But that other one I did put in the fridge, and I let it sit there for a while, and
It was bad.
I didn't think it was bad.
It was.
But
that's where you and I very...
Oh yeah, our taste buds are completely different. Actually, just about everything about us is completely different.
Yeah, a lot.
Hour and a half with cold smoke. I use alder and apple. See, yeah, that's what I need to do. I think I had smoked that cheese way too long. And that's what Stefan said also.
Yeah, it was.
Or, well, that's what he was suggesting, less time. BJ Stacy has been commenting on stuff like crazy lately.
Double smoked bacon from the Amish store this week. My house still smells like smoke, but it was good.
Oh.
Yeah, that smell, it can hang around. It really can.
So yeah, well, speaking of that, that's where I was going is, so our butcher only smokes. So our butcher doesn't do any curing. Our butcher our butcher only smokes the bacon. So that's the baby step I'm going to take. I'm going to get a pound or 2 or 5 or 10 off and just smoke it. That's it. That's what we're used to eating. That's what we love anyways.
Yep.
But then I got to play with some curing stuff too.
Just don't mess it up. It better be good because we are almost out of our Mangalitsa bacon, and so it's gonna come down to all we have is the pork belly that you're gonna do, and it better be good.
Grizz, you are absolutely right.
What? Yeah. Probably not.
Well, actually, that is actually probably a true statement because since we've met, there are things that Jenny refused to eat when we first met that she now eats.
Like broccoli.
Like broccoli. Chinese food.
Yeah.
We love Chinese food.
But I love chocolate, and I didn't even start liking chocolate until I was about 14.
Right.
And it would drive my mom crazy.
Oh, and now it's an obsession.
Not as much anymore.
No, she's been really good. Actually, the amount of sweets Jenny eats has really gone down
It's
Despite
not
the
much.
fact that I got 3 things on the counter for you right now.
And all 3 things still sit there.
Yep, they do. They didn't used to.
No, they all 3 would have been inhaled in about 20 minutes.
Oh, that's a good one. Smoked chili powder.
Somebody also said, what about like smoked pepper or onion powder? Chili
Yes, you guys are on it.
Smoked onion salt.
Onion salt, yep. Last Nice Guy, smoked maple syrup. We actually talked about that the first year we were doing maple syrup, seeing if we could smoke some maple syrup.
Did we? I don't remember
Yeah.
that conversation. When are we getting some new BBBs?
Some new what? What?
Pigs. Oinkers.
Oh, so we did. I am probably gonna make another
What?
video. I am probably gonna make another video here, maybe this weekend, talking about the butcher breakdown costs of our pig. And because when we did the finance video, a lot of people were asking, well, how much did the butcher cost? Well, the point of the video was more how much did it cost to raise, because your butcher costs are gonna differ from my butcher costs.
Yeah, and even that one year, our 2 butchers that we used, the difference in the price was huge. It was
The one butcher was almost half the price.
Yeah.
But we were not nearly as happy with the quality. So we
No.
go with the closer, more expensive one now.
right, but so that's why we didn't include that, because it's going to be potentially could be a big difference from what you do.
Smoked tomatoes also. I wonder how the kids love dehydrated tomatoes. It's like candy for them.
It is. Yeah.
I wonder what smoked smoke the tomatoes and then dehydrate them.
Big try it. You got some tomatoes over there.
But back on the pig subject, I do understand that everybody's very interested in our complete story. So I think I will go ahead and make a video on what we did pay at the butcher and stuff, and what our grand total for those pigs price per pound was.
Yeah.
If we just look at it per pig price per pound, it really wasn't all that bad.
Do you have people pay for the butcher costs and the eating costs?
Yeah, so
What we've done so far is they pay us a set price per pound, and then they also cover the processor and butcher fees.
that's been working out great. Yeah, so
Yeah, some people do like keep the price higher, and it will cover everything. It'll cover the cost of raising, the cost of the piglet, the cost of the butcher, and everything, and then they get that lump sum afterwards. I don't know if we would end up gravitating towards that, because we also give the people the option of where they want their pig taken. If they want it taken to a different butcher, that's fine. Just let us know ahead of time, and we'll take it there. So the
Within
cost is going to vary.
reason.
Yeah, we're not going to drive 3 hours to a butcher. Sorry, but
well, we talked about last year if we added, I think we figured it out, if we added $1 onto our per pound selling, then it'd be less confusing for the customer, and that would cover the butcher, because if we added $1 per pound, even at the more expensive butcher that we use, we would actually make a little bit of money on that as well.
yeah,
So we've talked about doing that, and
we just haven't taken that step yet.
right, which I it's a little bit easier to sell to. Well, like I don't mind saying to you, we sell to. It's mostly all coworkers, really, but we charge $2 a pound for the pork. You might not be hearing me over the dog scratching. $2 a pound for the pork, and they pay the butcher.
Yeah.
So, and I make it very clear, whatever you do with the butcher, that's between you and the butcher. That has nothing to do with us and the pork we're giving you.
Because that's where it gets tricky too, as far as being able to cover costs. Is okay, this person's butcher fee might only be like $90 because they don't have their hams smoked. They didn't go with any sausages.
Right.
Like smoking and links and patties. Those are all additional costs.
A huge part of our bill.
This person could end up being like almost $200 because they've got 95 pounds of meat that they got smoked and everything put into links.
I'll tell you this, a huge part of our bill this year, half of the bill this year,
half of it
was smoked. Because we got so much smoked, which is...
And like the hams were huge and stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, so Kayla, what happens is we transfer them to the butcher. Everybody right now is perfectly happy with the butcher that we use here 5 minutes from the house, Jerome Country Market. I love them. So yeah, we load it up, we transport it to the butcher for them. We would like them to be at the butcher with us, but it's not necessary as long as they filled out a cut sheet and they give it to us of what they want.
Unless you're my mom, then I stand in there on the phone and fill it out.
And then the butcher shop calls me within a couple days, or calls us within a couple days, and they tell us the hanging weight, and that's the price. That hanging weight is times $2 per pound is what we charge the customer, and then the customer is responsible for going to the butcher and picking up the pork.
Yes.
And paying the butcher's costs. So,
we're not going.
This year we're upping our costs though.
Yeah, we're upping our costs, and we're not going to talk about what pigs we're getting, but we are going to be getting the pigs shortly after we come back home from our Tennessee trip.
Some of them.
Yeah, some of them will be ready, and then the rest will wait until the beginning part of June.
Right.
But we're not saying what our plans for 2018 yet.
Everybody's pretty much guessing anyways.
Probably, but I don't know.
And I've even heard the guess on many times.
Oh, okay.
So.
But yeah, we're not.
No, Kayla, please ask questions. That's what we're here for. We usually don't have the answers, so it's fun to have an answer.
Yeah.
We usually say, go
find out.
Go ask Alderman Farms. Go ask Deep South. Go
Yeah.
But no, we got answers, so ask questions. We're good with it.
So we will be putting out a video here soon discussing our 2018 pig plans. Now that we actually know what we're doing.
I had thought about actually talking slightly on what our thoughts were as far as where we're going to house the pigs this year. I thought about just kind of maybe talking about that a little bit, or no?
No. Nope.
Secret.
You have to wait.
I've got a secret. All right. Bet Farm's getting Durocs because they're the best. Well, send us some final product and we'll help you with the taste test.
Yeah, we've definitely gone through quite the amount of breeds so far. We've had what? We've had 1, 2, 3.
Hi, Laura.
We've had 7 different breeds.
Yep.
We've had 7 different breeds now.
And we have really no complaints except for those ones seemed... So like 2016... I was supposed to be picking up 4 Hereford Yorkshire mixes, but if you go back and look at those videos, Grandpa's Farm had pointed out to me that all their 3 of them, the ones obviously are Hereford, obviously.
Benton Farm says no, we should get Durocs, not them. We should. You're going to get Durocs because they're the best. That's what she said.
Oh no, Benton Farm, you go ahead and do that. I've heard lots of good things about Durocs though. I really have.
Good night, Bandana Grandma.
Good night, Bandana. What was I saying?
No idea.
Yeah, homesteading on Maple Lane. We really like the Mangalitsa too. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh well, not important.
I'm sure somebody will remember.
I know. I got thrown in the loop with the Durocs. Oh, I made a little video clip. Actually, I made a huge video clip for my...
something about the tails?
Oh yeah, so in 2016, if you go look at the tails... The tails are all docked off. So Grandpa's Farm was he's the first one that kind of pointed it out and was speculating that they were probably factory rejects because, and they were kind of rejecty looking. They were all different.
Yeah, they were a little bit.
But that Hereford mix, it honestly had a tail.
Yeah.
And it looked like a good pig. It was a good looking pig. So I have no desire to get pigs from them anymore, and probably won't. But
no.
But that's just one of those cases, a learning thing. The pigs were still good, but we actually found that those other pigs seemed a little dry to us.
Yeah.
The Hereford was fantastic.
And at first we couldn't figure out, was it the breed or was it the butcher? But then we did find, we thought it was the butcher. We thought it was the butcher, but one of those breeds did go to Jerome, and we were told that it still was drier. So we figured out
that was my dad, right?
Yeah, we figured out that it was mostly the breed. However, we still were not happy with that other butcher.
Right. But overall, we've had no complaints about any of the breeds.
Did anyone else trade meat that bought the pigs from you, like coworkers trade with each other? Yeah,
so that's what I kind of asked everybody in the beginning, was if we could do some swapping around for those taste test videos that we did. If you missed the taste test videos,
What she means, like, did like Jim and Mike trade? Did they trade amongst themselves?
Not that I know of. I encouraged them to, but I mean they didn't. Somebody leaving?
Papa's happy family was talking to Bet in the farm about Homestead hunting.
Oh, Kayla said, "Oh, can't wait to see the videos about them." Oh, good night.
Okay.
And then, but then she also did it. Yeah. Okay.
I think she was talking.
Okay. Oh.
Somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Mine didn't last long enough to try. Yeah,
yes,
your pork ends up, woo, gone.
Betsy's been getting, or was Bet last year the first year? No, she's been, was last year the first year? Yeah, because we only did pigs the one other time, and that was just us and Sean.
Yeah, well, so this season will be her 3rd year.
Yeah, that's right. 2018 will be her 3rd year getting pig from us. Have you ever made your own Canadian? I have not made Canadian bacon.
Ooh, but you've made candied bacon.
I made.
I got candied bacon.
Oh, I did make. Yeah. Was that a smoker thing?
That was a smoker thing.
We weren't happy with that.
No, because it was the bacon didn't get like crispy. So we were talking about maybe we should kind of like slightly cook it prior next up. But that was, I mean, flavor wise, it was good, but. Sitting here putting together some sack holders. Sack holders.
Oh, we hope you're here, Maple Lane. We hope you're here every week. But obviously, if people got stuff going on, if they can't make it, I mean, we got this little thing called life going on with all of us. I miss so many live shows that I want to catch, but I miss them. It's just. But if you can make it, we do really appreciate it. And if you can't, we completely understand.
Yep.
What I started to say earlier too is my buddy Dan over at the Grass-Fed Homestead. I recorded a video for him. He's putting together a pig montage from different channels or whatever. And he says he's actually might kind of break it up into 3 or 4 pieces. So he asked me for a 2-minute clip. So what I sent him might have had a 0 after the 2.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Dan. I was not a part of that. No, when he said that other people had not stayed within 2 minutes, I don't think he meant quite that. I did, but in this big long video clip, I did some talking to Dan too. Oh, okay. But then I kind of broke it into like different sections and whatever. So I told him, I said, if you use 10 seconds of it, fine. It doesn't bother me at all. If you decide nothing I said is pertinent and you don't use any of it, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. So. Kayla says, have you made brown sugar cured bacon? I have not. Well, we have my first time making bacon video, and there was brown sugar in that. Yes. But I don't know if that was technically really salty. Yep, I made it too salty, and I followed a recipe. I can't remember where the recipe necessarily came from, but the next time I use a cure, I'm going to do somebody help me out, the method where you weigh the salt against the bacon. What's that called? Weighing? It is called weighing, but it's a kind of curing where you're not like, it's almost like sourdough starter. Excuse me. I'm going to start doing sourdough starter where you're actually doing it by weights and you have the right hydration levels. Something I'm playing with. But somebody help me out with that curing method. Come on. There it is. Equilibrium curing. Who would be who of course would be answering that. That's awesome. Stefan's in our group. Always rescuing us. That's what I'm going to attempt. But even though we found my first attempt to be way too salty, it was still really good. We devoured it. Yeah. There's no more in the freezer. It was still good. Kayla said it seems that I did better with the butchering this year than past years. Yes and no. What kind of helped with that was like we took 4, well then we still had 6, and then we took 3. But what was really hard? Still had 3, and what was really hard is we had one die here. That was hard last year. That was really really hard on me, and I think that weighed more on me than butchering them. Yes. Because it died in our care. It did, yeah, and I kind of felt like, in a way, I was kind of to blame because I saw him laying out there, and I should have gone and checked on him, and I didn't because he laid in a spot that they always lay in. But then I got wrapped up with being busy and had to leave, and he was still laying there.
And then we
and
had softball and baseball practice.
Yeah, and it was when we came home and he was still laying there. At that point, I knew that that was bad, and he died shortly after. So had I checked on him sooner, we could have had a vet out. There's nothing they could have done, but we might have been able to salvage the meat at that point. But he was going to die no matter what.
Yeah, so the vet...
So that was really hard, and that was way worse than taking him to the butcher.
That was hard on the kids, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was, we got home and he was still laying out there, and we were in 2 vehicles for some reason, but we were following each other.
Baseball and softball.
Oh, baseball, softball. Okay, yep. And
we're always going to subject.
And Jenny had pulled over and had already jumped into the pasture with the pig. I mean, we got our outer drive, so she didn't pull up to the house. And I pulled over and I told her, I said, this is going to be really expensive. I don't think this pig's making it, but I want to call a vet and find out what's wrong, and I want to pay the money. We're learning and all that stuff. So the vet was out on call. The vet was out there within 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Which was phenomenal. And in that time, the pig had died. So he had died before the vet got there. And I explained to him where the pig was in pain a lot, because I was touching the pig trying to figure out what was going on. Yeah, if you've never heard a pig cry, they cry. They cry. And that was heartbreaking.
That was rough. And his friends were over nudging him, like, come on, get up, buddy, get up, buddy. He was just crying. I was like, oh my gosh. It was so bad.
And then the vet got there and he had passed away, but so then I told the vet, I said, I don't want to sound, heartless or anything, I said, but can we eat him? And he said, well, I can't really answer. He goes, if I would have gotten while he was alive, if I would have taken a temperature reading, I could give you an answer. He goes, but since he's already passed and I can't get a good temperature reading, then I'm not going to let you know one way or the other. But from what I described to the vet, he was pretty sure that it was tangled up intestines, and which he said is pretty common with pigs.
Yeah.
And that even if he had been there 6 hours earlier, there was nothing he probably could have done.
There's no way to save him.
That's what he said. So, yep, that was rough.
Yeah, that was definitely the hardest part. And at that point, I was like, just take the pigs. After that, I didn't go back down to the pigs. Not until it was like, I may have helped a little bit load them up, but for the most part, like, I wouldn't go back down there. I wouldn't feed them. No, I had to be completely just away from it at that point.
Kayla, that is on the horizon, I am sure, but that was supposed to happen this year, but we've decided, we're going to the conferences where we got a couple other things planned. We're not going to be home a lot. We have a great farm help that she loves the animals and all that, but we don't want to overload her either.
Yeah, I just don't want to dump that on her shoulders.
We've already said it in another video, we're not breeding this year. That was going to be the plan, but we're not. And we might not even next year. We just need to get more comfortable, I think.
Yeah.
But let's go on a happier note.
Yeah, this is something else. What are you doing to that poor goat?
Well, what that goat is doing, Beyond Mountains Homestead, hey, how you doing? All right, Maple Lane. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I'm hoping to be boiling sap myself tomorrow. I know it's froze solid right now out in the bucket, but anyways, so this goat was actually trying to eat my beard.
She is a crazy goat. She's so funny. She's so playful, but she's like...
Yes, Kayla.
She's like that time frame when little kids just start putting everything in their mouth. Like, everything's got to go in the mouth. She bites everything. She has to taste everything. It's like, oh my goodness. She's so funny, though.
She is. And she's on Craigslist for sale right now. So if you're interested,
playful.
Hit us up. We don't have a lot of goats. I mean, goats that are staying here, we have 5, right? 6?
1, 2, 3, 4.
2 male.
5, 6. Yeah.
6. And we have... Well, you didn't count Jingle, did you?
I did not count Jingle.
Right. We still got the one to put in the freezer. I really need to get on that because he's just eating grain. And we got this one for sale here. So...
which does not make Gracie very happy.
If you're interested in a
beard-eating goat...
That's
why they call them kids. Yes.
Oh, beard trim. That's right. Part-time permit. I have not heard from Coco Noel in a long time. Now that you mention it.
Little Creek Homestead. She likes to snuggle too. I mean, she'll try to eat everything, but she likes to snuggle. She likes to come in the house.
Little Creek Homestead. It just so happens we could make you a deal. We could do a little price reduction for Little Creek Homestead, just for you.
You forget grass-fed goats. I only eat the finest beard.
You're totally grossing Jenny out right now. I'll go to give Jenny a hug. I'm like, hey babe, come here. And she's like, well, let's move this out of the way first.
Yeah.
1,000 miles in 4 weeks.
She'll travel well in your lap, I'm sure.
She sits in Jenny's lap. Oh, I don't have the pictures in here, I don't think. She sits in Jenny's lap very well.
Do we milk our goats? Yes, we do.
In fact, I'm kind of slacking on that. I really need to get going on her mama.
Yeah. We usually only...
Who doesn't want that goat?
Right! I mean, she's so cute, right?
This is actually probably 2 weeks ago, 3 maybe.
Yeah. 3 weeks ago.
I think I got to do it.
I think you did.
There we go.
You
All
broke it.
Yep. Oh, moving with 2 dogs, 2 cats, 8 chicks. That's a good question, part-time perm. Maybe I'll shoot her a message. I know we've been messaging with her quite a bit.
Noah's Ark says that Coco's been having computer problems.
Oh, okay. All right.
Ooh. She was in our live stream chat last week, and she said that it was really hard to do on her phone. So I remember, but she didn't comment very much, but she was on there. So last week she was, yeah, sound is going crazy. It's because Mike broke it. Oh, she was nibbling on my finger.
Yeah, the sound should be better now. I noticed that the meter was maxed out and it was going crazy. I had to hit mute and I had to undo it. So is it doing okay now or no?
And then we wait for the chat live.
I know, right? Okay, good. Oh.
Yeah, so she heard us about Coco Noel, so.
Pratt family goats fed the finest beards. Well, you know, you guys, like, this cutie's for sale right here. Not Jenny, the goat.
You should.
Uh-oh, what?
You should do that one.
There she is. I thought I had this grain. I thought I had this grain trough up far enough from her. That's fine. She's eating it, and she is chowing on the hay too, big time.
I remember that Danny's babies did that last year too.
Yep.
Or 2 years ago.
And she is so personable. Andrew just sits down on the ground down here, and she starts just jumping all over Andrew and stuff. You guys might have seen a Friday vlog last week or something where she was doing it to me as well.
Little Creek Homestead.
There's Jenny's dad.
Oh yeah, Little Creek Homestead. You would need 2 goats. Just one will not do it. Okay, so we could sell this one to you now, and then we have another mama that's due in May, and so we can make arrangements. I'm sure.
Package deal just for you.
Although we obviously don't know what the mama is having in May. We don't know boy, girl, 1, 2, 3, but. Yeah, it's possible.
They just keep talking themselves into a corner, really.
You do. Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure.
Oh, I got work sending me a text here.
Oh,
but
okay.
No big deal. But we do need to go. It's 10:35 and you are whooped. We've been streaming for an hour and a half plus.
Yawning. Every time I go like this, I'm yawning. I look at you, I'm yawning. Tired.
I think I could be wrong. I think Noah's Ark commented asking if it was still for sale. And I put
She's for sale.
An ad. I put the link to the Craigslist ad in the comments.
Do you have? Where are your pictures?
What pictures are you looking for?
Well, I was just.
That might be a good one too.
No, it's fuzzy.
Okay. Well, they're all kind. Oh, that one's a good one too.
That one is cute. This one?
Yeah.
Ta-da! She is really cute. What did I do?
Little Creek says to message her later, Jenny.
I can do that. Well, it won't be tonight.
It won't be.
Going to bed.
It'll be much later, like tomorrow. All right, Little House Homestead, Sarah Nelson. That's our winner, right?
Yeah.
Show me this real quick.
How? There we go.
Jenny's learning the OBS software. Sarah Nelson, Little House Homestead, won some smoked salt. We will get that to you as fast as we get all the other packages out of here.
I have Girl Scout cookies to mail, so maybe I might actually be able to get it in the mail tomorrow, depending on if I stop. Otherwise, it'll be Saturday.
Hit the button, babe. Let's stop this. Let's get out of here. Let's go to bed.
Okay.
Or I'll probably be up for quite a while, but I know you're ready to crash.
I'm going to bed. All right.
Hidden Meadow Farm. See you guys. Hey, we had a great time. Thanks, guys. Time flies on this, and well, I won't speak for Jenny. I love doing these live streams. They're so much fun, and I keep kicking around the idea of doing an additional live stream where people call in via Skype
We've
for
got
an
to
hour or
figure
two.
out some upcoming sports schedules before we can do it, because it's about to get crazy here.
Yeah, it's about to get real crazy. So.
All right, see you
Hey,
guys
Toad,
later.
thanks for being here, Toad.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.